Imagine this. You wake up, you look in the mirror, and you think, okay, today I need a haircut. You want it to look clean and fresh. You want to feel confident, but then you remember something. You have to explain your haircut in English. Not with big words, not with perfect grammar, but with clear words that a barber understands. And if the barber cuts too much, you need to stop it fast without sounding rude. Stay with me because today you are going to learn simple English for the hair salon and the barber shop. I'm Zane. Welcome to Zane's English Podcast. I speak in natural, slow English so you can understand and copy the sentences. Today, I'll tell you a simple story, then I'll explain 10 useful sentences, and then we'll do repeat after me practice. Let's begin. A few weeks ago, I walked past a small barber shop near my apartment. I had seen it many times, but I never went in. That day, I had time, and my hair was getting long and messy. The wind was blowing my hair into my eyes, and it was annoying. So I stopped, looked at the window, and decided to go inside. When I opened the door, I heard music and the sound of scissors. The shop smelled like shampoo and clean towels. A barber looked up and smiled. He asked, "Hi, how can I help you?" I wanted to keep it simple, so I said, "Hi, I'd like a haircut, please." He nodded and asked, "Do you have an appointment?" I didn't have one. I just walked in, so I said, "No, I don't." "Is it okay to walk in?" Walk in means you come without an appointment. The barber looked around and said, "Yes, I could wait for a few minutes." I sat down and watched other customers. One man was getting his beard trimmed. Another person was getting the sides cut shorter. I listened to the small talk, but I didn't need to speak much. After a short wait, the barber waved at me and said, "Okay, come here." I sat in the chair and he put a cape around my shoulders. Then he asked the big question. The question that can feel difficult in English. He said, "So, what are we doing today?" For a second, my mind went blank. Haircut words can be confusing, but I remembered my plan. Use simple sentences, use simple directions. So I said, "Just a trim, please." A trim means a small cut, not a big change. Then I added, "Not too short." Not too short is an important phrase. It tells the barber to be careful. The barber nodded and asked, "How much off?" That means, how much hair should I cut? I held my fingers close together and said, "About this much." Then he asked me about the sides. I like the sides neat, but I don't want a skin fade. So I said, "Short on the sides, but not shaved." Shaved means down to the skin. Then I pointed to the top of my head and said, "Keep it longer on top." Longer on top is a very common haircut phrase, and it's easy. The barber said, "Okay," and started cutting. At first, everything felt good. I could hear the scissors, and I could see small pieces of hair falling. The barber used a comb and sprayed a little water. He asked, "Is this length okay?" I looked in the mirror and said, "Yes, that's good." Then he turned my head a little and continued. I stayed calm because I knew I could speak up if I needed to. But then something happened. The barber picked up the clippers and started cutting the sides faster. I watched in the mirror and felt nervous. It looked shorter than I expected. Not terrible, but close to my limit. I didn't want to wait until it was too late, So I used a clear sentence. I said, sorry, a little longer please. A little longer means do not cut more. Keep more hair. The barber stopped immediately and said, no problem. He changed the guards on the clippers and continued more carefully. A few minutes later, he finished the cut and brushed the loose hair off my neck. Then he asked another common question. He said, do you want any product? Product means hair gel or wax, something to style your hair. I didn't want anything heavy, so I said, no, thank you, just natural. Natural means no extra styling. He smiled and handed me a small mirror to check the back of my head. I looked and said, looks good, thank you. Then I stood up and went to the counter to pay. I wanted to be polite and simple. I said, how much is it? He told me the price. I paid by card and said, thank you, see you next time. When I walked outside, I felt lighter and cleaner. I also felt proud because I used simple English to get exactly what I wanted. I didn't need fancy words. I just needed clear phrases at the right moment. Now, let's go through 10 useful and practical sentences for the hair salon or barbershop. Sentence 1 is, I'd like a haircut, please. This is a simple way to start. Sentence 2 is, do I need an appointment? You can ask this if you are not sure. Sentence 3 is it okay to walk in? This is useful when you come without an appointment. Sentence 4 is, just a trim please. This means small cut. Sentence 5 is, not too short please. This helps you avoid a haircut that is too short. Sentence 6 is, short on the sides. This tells them what you want on the sides of your head. Sentence 7 is, keep it longer on top. This is very common and very clear. Sentence 8 is, a little longer please. Use this if you feel they are cutting too much. Sentence 9 is, can you clean up the back? Clean up means make the neck area neat. Sentence 10 is, that looks good, thank you. This is a polite way to finish and show you're happy. Now let's do repeat after me. Speak slowly and clearly. Repeat each sentence. I'd like a haircut, please. Do I need an appointment? Is it okay to walk in? Just a trim, please. Not too short, please. Short on the sides, please. Keep it longer on top. A little longer, please. Can you clean up the back, please? That looks good, thank you. How much is it? Can I pay by card? Thank you. See you next time. Before you go, remember this, a haircut is a conversation, not a test. You don't need perfect English. You need one clear sentence at a time. And the next time you sit in the chair, you will feel more relaxed. If you want, write in the comments what you usually say in your language when you get a haircut. And if you want another real-life English story, watch the next video now, because repetition is the secret to confidence. I'm Zane, this is Zane's English Podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.